how about the nature of the debate? His last introductory remark is simply to the effect that he says, I want to concede to my opponent all issues pertaining to the control of ovarian maturations in the Japanese quail.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean,
Where's that? What
yeah.
is that?
I mean, if you're not Gordon Stein, you have no clue why Dr. Bunsen talked about that. But he says that this was the subject of Gordon Stein's doctoral dissertation in 1974 at Ohio State. So, I mean, at least he knows his opponent, right? So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if
His homework.
Dr. Bunsen actually read that doctoral dissertation. But he goes on to say that for some reason, Dr. Stein has, over the last decade, left his field of expertise and given his life to a campaign for atheism. So, stop believing in your God, and I'm going to dedicate my entire life to make sure that people don't believe in something.
Not the ovarian maturation in Japanese quail.
At some point, you have to ask which one actually was more beneficial to go after, or lucrative. Whatever his perception of that reason for that, I do not believe it says that it is because of any genuinely cogent philosophical case which might be made for atheism as a worldview. And it's to this subject which he turns to the debate.
Right. So what he says here is basically, Stein studied this, and this was his area of expertise, but for some reason he moved to, trying to defend atheism.
Right.
And Bonson is suggesting he's not sure why he did that because atheism isn't defendable. That's basically what it is.
Well, and these are both doctors, and so Dr. Bonson had his doctorate in philosophical systems. Dr. Stein has it in science, in just science. And what was his field of expertise? Well, Japanese aviary biology. So this was actually a good point for Bonson to bring up for his own camp as well. It's not to say, well, Dr. Bonson, he studied philosophy, so he's probably the winner of this just based on the credit alone. Well, that's not going to be the case because it's not the pedigree that Dr. Bonson's trying to make the case for. It's for the biblical Christian God and the evidences that he believes are the best way forward for that. So this was a interesting point where he pointed to his opponent and says, this guy's not even a philosopher. Why are we talking about philosophical systems? I'm the real philosopher. You should just automatically give me the points in favor of anything that I say because I know it better than he does. So he doesn't do that as well.
But he does suggest here that Stein has spent over the last decade studying this particular field.
Right. Yeah. So he should be ready for all the responses in this debate.